Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Broadchurch. Last time around, we were basically ruling out, or trying to rule out, if Mark actually killed his son Danny. And there was basically a whole thing that eventually led to the rumor come out, where basically Mark was having an affair. And he didn't want that to come out, but, you know, murder investigation, you kind of find things out. So, there's that. However, we don't think that this has ruled out Mark entirely, because it could be that Danny learned about the affair, and Mark silenced him. But we don't know. So yeah. What else was there? Well, there was the telephone psychic. There was the reluctant telephone psychic who tried to give a message to Beth. But Beth was freaking out because, of course, she would. She didn't want to deal with that. But eventually she did listen to what he had to say, and it was a message from Danny saying, I'm good, I'm at peace, and don't look for the killer because it's not going to be good. So, yeah. And I think there was something with Karen, that she was actually going AWOL because she wants to stop D.I. Alec Hardy, because she doesn't want him to fail the Latimers the way he failed during the Sandbrook murders. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. And there was like a ship on fire at the end. We're not sure what that was about. So, yeah. By the way, I should mention this. So, the last 2 episodes have been highlight reactions. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's basically what I call when the reaction is not hosted here on YouTube. Now, I wanted to explain that real quick because basically what happened was those 2 episodes were blocked in the United States and a couple other countries. And I do have viewers in the United States. So I tried putting in a dispute, but those got rejected and they were still blocked in the United States. So what I had to do was change them to a highlight reaction. If you're familiar with my reactions to Merlin or any of my anime reactions, you'll know pretty much how those go. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to become a permanent thing. It might, but I'm just not sure. We'll have to just see. I'm just gonna kind of take it on an episode by episode basis. So if that is the case, and this ends up being a highlight reaction, there'll be a thing that'll tell you about it. But basically, what you'll have to do is head down in the description or into the pinned comment. There'll be a link there. You click on it, and it's the reaction. There's actually 2 links there. The first one takes you to the reaction, basically. Takes you to the reaction. There's 2 different versions, a 1080 and 720, in case you need that for buffering and stuff. But it's just the reaction, the same as it always is. The second link is just a backup if you need it. If the first link doesn't work, or if it's just not working for you or whatever, there is a second link to help you out. I've tried to make this as user-friendly as possible. So all you got to do is click one of those links, watch the reaction like always pretty much, then just come back to this YouTube video for the discussion. It's as easy as that. But again, we're going to be taking this on a case-by-case basis, so I don't really know if that's going to be necessary. But we'll find out right now as we get into episode 4 of Broadchurch. Here we go.
Hello? You had Mark in most of the day. Just routine. Is he a suspect?
Well, Beth, it's 4:30 in the morning.
No, I have to know. Have you ruled him out for definite? At least tell me that.
Beth, please, it's not as simple as that.
Of course it's that simple. Do you think he killed Danny?
I mean, we don't know.
There were gaps in his movements.
But
strands of hair.
Outstanding. Oh, bloody standing. Oh, Miller, we've got them.
Keep going. I want to know as soon as you have confirmation.
Come on, Miller, don't hang around.
That's cheered you up.
100 quid says that's the boat they used and those hairs belong to Danny Latimer.
They're panicking, Miller. Panicking fantastic. That is exactly what we want. Starting to show themselves. I tell you what else, they're an amateur. They haven't done this before. That's too clumsy, burning the boat like that so soon. That's a big mistake they've made. That's like oxygen to us. Breathe it in, Miller. We're getting somewhere.
I mean, yeah, she's not happy about it, but if you can get a lead in this case, that is good.
Quiet estate, idyllic market town, definition of normal. The mum. How photogenic?
Very photogenic. English rose.
Get me an exclusive with her. Nice photo, and I'll look at it.
Okay.
You know, why don't you just go fuck yourself? Do not go to Beth Latimer.
You said the tents on the beach will be coming down at any moment, and they're still there, and now you're adding bloody great vans.
You have to understand the work that is going on there. Every grain
We're
of sand
trying to
has
find
be
a
gone through.
murderer.
I told you there was a boat.
Oh, God, you're just wanting great. A boat. There's hundreds of them around here. You got lucky.
Okay. Yeah, well, did you look for it? Hey, does Beth know you didn't follow that up?
How about you heed my very strong advice? Stay away from her. Do not get involved. All right?
Yeah, am I wrong to be so on his side? I feel like I shouldn't be for some reason, but I'm kind of with him.
You must really miss him.
Alright, come on. Bring some grandma wrath on this bitch.
Oh, we shone that boy. We're not talking to the press.
No, I know. But can I just say one thing? Just be sure that you're getting the best advice. I'd hate for Danny to be ignored.
He's literally the only case in town. What do you mean ignored?
You said Mark Latimer didn't fix the burst pipe at the hut on the cliff.
Yeah?
He did. We checked his paperwork. And he said he got the keys off you, and you even arranged the check for him.
So Mark was telling the truth on that.
Must have got it wrong. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to be somewhere.
No, that means you got it wrong.
But it can't be undone. So, you and me need to work out what we're going to do.
I ain't talking to you. Do you understand? You stay away.
So that was Nige, right?
A few days ago, I told the police about evidence they should look for. They took no notice. Now they've got that evidence. But it was burned before they got to it, and it makes it harder for it to analyse it properly.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I can help. I can help. But I need to be taken seriously, and it's not happening right now.
Why do you think you're not being taken seriously? Man, I have no patience for some of these people.
Is this about the postman? The one who was arguing with Danny?
No, though we did talk to him, and he said he never had an argument with Danny that day.
They're rubbish. I know what I saw.
Tell us about your conviction for
Oh,
sex
he's-
with a minor, Jack.
Oh, he's Jack Marshall.
Took a lot of pictures of the boys in the Sea Brigade.
I really do pity you. Seeing depravity in perfectly normal behavior. I'd hate to be in your mind. Now, if you've an accusation or evidence to put to me, let's hear it. Otherwise, let me go back to work.
I don't know. That woman can smile? Damn.
She's here.
Oh, hey. I wrote down sus, and I can just turn that into Susan.
Should I be worried?
That was magical.
Looking into Jack.
Tell her.
Beth, we checked Steve's record. He's bankrupt with previous convictions for vehicle theft, petty theft, and conspiracy to defraud.
Oh.
What?
Right.
Out.
No.
I don't
Come on, Beth, no. Come on! Beth, and you're a bloody idiot for letting him in.
Beth, it's got
Bring
nothing to
Pete.
do with this.
Why would he do that? He's got nothing to gain. I haven't given him any money.
Look, Beth, in 2 weeks you'll speak to the press. In 6 months you'll write a book, How I Solved the Broadchurch Murder. If you go into the bookshop in town, all those books are in there.
Well,
Oh my god.
oh, poor woman. I cannot deal with how sad Beth is.
Well, I think this should be getting more coverage.
Yeah, so what should we do then?
Okay, you're not going to like this. But the reason Danny's death isn't getting the attention it deserves is it's not the right profile. Had Danny have been a girl with blonde hair and a few years younger, then this place would be crawling with reporters by now.
I hope you're kidding.
I'm sorry, it is just the way it works.
What are reporters gonna
11-year-old
do?
boys go missing from home all the time.
And shouldn't we clear it with the police?
Well, it's the Herald. I read the Herald.
What if she shows us what she's written before she sends it in?
That's a good idea. Would you do that?
Well, not normally. Maybe this time if I can get a photo with Beth and Danny to go with the article.
What do we think?
Like, think it through first. But after that whole thing with the psychic...
Okay.
Ow. Reporters are not there to solve the case. Trust in your police officers. God damn it.
Go, get away. Go! Weasel! Go! Go!
I mean, I don't know that he's innocent, but he is a little weasel. What the fuck is Nige doing there? All these fucking people, man.
Oh, you're in a suit.
Not bad.
No, I just didn't expect it. We didn't get poshed up.
Not did I.
Well, there we are then. Come in.
He didn't get poshed up.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Flowers.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
Chocolates.
Alec bought wine and flowers and chocolates.
Hey, fellas, you can come again.
I can't call you Alec tonight, can't I? Not Hardy or Sir. Here's your dinner, sir.
I don't like Alec. I've never liked Alec. Alec.
You can always choose another one.
Yeah, but I don't have to use first names so much. Like, we all work in market.
You just need that C to, like, go the other way, and then you get the full X.
If you look at a person, if I look at you, you know I'm talking to you. I don't need to say your name 3 times just to congratulate myself on remembering it, to create some, what, sort of false intimacy.
So, I show you to the dining room here.
He's not good at this. He's very much not good at this.
Does she like me?
Sorry?
Does she like working with me?
Are you here for dinner, and you?
I think I irritate her.
She doesn't mention it.
Oh, there's a lie.
You bloody liar.
I've said nothing.
I knew it.
If these two can be friends, that'd be great.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miller.
The best he can do.
All evening and it's still Miller. Unbelievable.
I love you, Miller.
Oh, don't you start. You and your new bloody little mate.
I like that. Man, Joe's such a good dude. I like him. He's like the shining ray in this whole situation. The drums are back. There's just nothing, apparently. Oh!
Why are you so bothered about me? I think you should leave. You're gonna stop asking questions about me.
It's the wrong thing to tell a reporter.
Why would I do that? I know men who would rape you.
What the fuck?
Night.
Night.
Oh shit. Oh, he needs to go get his pills. Uh-oh. Shit.
Good morning, sunshine. Took quite a crack.
What am I doing here?
How are you feeling?
What are you doing here?
You passed out. Found you on the bathroom floor.
Oh, it's
What are you
back
doing
up.
in my bathroom?
You mustn't tell anyone about this. If they find out I'm sick, they'll take me off the case. I don't want to come off this case. I need to finish this case. Becca, it's my career. Meantime, I want full backgrounds on Jack Marshall, Steve Connolly, and Paul Coates. Anyone without an alibi goes to top of our list.
I'll get Frank and Nish on it. Sir, can I ask a favour? I was thinking of going to church.
Oh, that's a good idea. If we're all together, try to check who's behaving normally.
No, that wasn't. Never mind.
Time's of service.
In an hour?
He's going to. That's not a good idea. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, God.
All right, lads. Let's
You're not breaking the law.
Have a bit of bloody decency. Lenses down, or I will kick you all in the balls. You didn't hear me say that. I promise you I will.
Oh my god. We're getting every suspicious person in the same room.
Didn't know we were.
That's true. Oh, what a scene! Get all the characters together in the same place.
We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We are knocked down,
but we get up again. But then we get knocked down again. But we get up. But we get knocked down again. We're never gonna get up again.
Community.
God, they sat Nige and Joe right next to each other. I can't deal with that, man.
Alright, sweetheart.
Everything all right?
I found this. Heard a beeping from the delivery bag. It was in the bag at the bottom. He must have left it on his last round.
Yeah, that's Danny's phone, isn't it?
Mark, I'll take it. Give it here.
What are you doing with this then, Jack?
Mark.
Mark.
Mark, I'm looking you in the eye because he was your boy, and I'm telling you I'm not that kind of man. Please, believe me. You have to believe me.
Ah. Damn these people.
I'm with you, mate. Doing, Max. Back, doggy! Back, doggy!
It's okay. The Bald Brigade is here. He did the thing. Sorry, English people, but he did the thing I learned about. The English middle finger. I don't think I've ever actually seen that, like, being used, so.
I know about you and Becca Fisher.
Well, that's a hell of a thing to throw in.
Mark, no, please.
Sock have confirmed the hairs found on the boat, they matched Annie's.
I knew it.
Also, something from North Yorkshire Police about a killing on the cliffs in Whitby 15 years back. They've seen the details and they think it's got similarities to our case.
Okay, tell me later.
But sir, Jack Marshall used to live in North Yorkshire, 5 miles from Whitby.
Oh, shit. Now they're building up Jack as a suspect.
Because whoever did this needs to be caught.
Jack. I don't know, Jack. You're looking kind of sus. Is that it? That's it. Alrighty. Oh, man. There's a lot in that episode, I must say. Okay. Alrighty. Episode 4. Ooh. Things are getting interesting now. Not that they weren't interesting, but they're getting more interesting now. Alrighty. Man, is there... Okay, yes, there is. I was curious. I wanted to say, is there a term for a crappy journalist who's being way too invasive? Because I want to make a distinction between journalists. Because, what is it? It's Maggie, right? That's the name of the person at the Echo? Yes, Maggie. I feel like there is a very distinct difference between a reporter like Maggie and a reporter like Karen. So I'm going to classify this between reporter and paparazzi. Because let's face it, that is paparazzi right there. And now everybody with their fucking cameras is going in and trying to get pictures in the house. Man, just go fuck right the hell off. Oh my god. Man, this is such an interesting thing because, I mean, okay, comparing it to and I know you guys, I guess, clarified, but you guys said in the first episode, that you consider this more of just a drama than a detective show, And I would be inclined to agree on that. That it's a drama revolving around a murder, And two of our main actors are the police officers, but it's not really a detective show, Because this definitely, I feel like, gets into the more personal side of it. That something like, let's say another detective show, another British detective show I've seen, Life on Mars, did, but also didn't do as extensively as this, because those were a lot of, that was very episodic, and this is completely serialized, So, yeah. So, I mean, it's an interesting thing, because in something like Life on Mars, again, which is such a different structure of story, but you do kind of have a slightly similar dynamic of, the detective, or the detective, the detective and their superior, and how they kind of conflict with each other but still work with each other. You had that with Sam Tyler and Gene Hunt, and now we have this with Miller and Hardy, So there, I mean, you could say that, but just the difference obviously is night and day, and they do work together, I feel like, more than they conflict. But I have to say, I am just kind of more with Hardy. I don't know, maybe that's just David Tennant being David Tennant, that I am just so much more willing. But I mean, there's a lot of Doctor Who actors in this, There's a lot of Doctor Who actors in this, but I don't know, it's something about Hardy. Like, I trust him more. It's like, no, he is trying, even though, yes, he's sick, he probably shouldn't be on this case, for reasons, but I believe that he's, the best man for the job, and he needs to get this done. And, we don't need to be listening to paparazzi like Karen, fucking Karen. The term Karen, I feel like, wasn't a thing in 2013. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. That's such a recent thing in terms of pop culture. But, man, the fact that her name is Karen, just like, it's so perfect. I feel bad for Karens everywhere, because I'm sure there's a million Karens who are really, good, outstanding people. But the Karen in this show does not give y'all a good name. Sound off in the comments if your name is Karen. I mean, unless you don't want to, because I can understand if you don't want to. But if you are, shout it out in the comments. Shout out to all the good Karens out there. But yeah. So that's the thing, But I'm just, I'm more with... Now, in being more with Hardy, I'm also still with Miller at the same time, Miller, who, yes, she doesn't quite do things like Hardy, and I do kind of agree more with the sort of cold, work ethic that Hardy has. But at the same time, Ellie definitely wants to get the job done as well, So I'm with both of them. I want them to solve the case, But that's the thing, And I look at some of these other characters, and it's like, I don't know, man. Because there's... Okay, I mean, some of them... First off, Oliver, who wants to be... he wants to be paparazzi. Let's just face it. Like, he's gone down a terrible path. But, again, now granted, I should check. Has Maggie been in Doctor Who? Like, do I just trust the Doctor Who actors? That would be funny if that was the case. Okay, it doesn't look like Carolyn Pickles, who plays Maggie. She was in Harry Potter, but she has not been in Doctor Who. So I was kind of thinking, like, is it just because, like, I'm more trusting of Doctor Who actors? Like, that would be stupid, but I think that disproves it. Because yeah, it's like, my, I don't know if favorite characters, but my more trusting characters would be Hardy, Miller, who was in one episode of Doctor Who, Beth, and Jack is kind of hit and miss, and I do trust Paul, the Reverend. I think he's okay. But again, am I looking at this am I looking at this and being like, well, they're Doctor Who actors, so I like them, you know? And it's like, granted, you know, maybe why I would still be iffy. I mean, obviously, yes. Before this episode, I had no real reason to be iffy about Jack Marshall, you know. But I did recognize, like, oh yeah, he plays the First Doctor now in Doctor Who. Whenever they have to bring the First Doctor back, they get David Bradley. But at the same time now, it's like, oh well, there's something weird going on with him, you know. He's got this whole sex offender thing, and it's like, well, he was. What, I don't even remember his name, but the leader of the Greyjoys, he was Theon's dad in Game of Thrones, and it's like, maybe that's it. He's leaning a bit more into that, but I don't know. I mean, for a guy to go to their home, and as he said, he looked them dead in the eye and was like, I am not capable of that. Like, I am a different man. It's like, I don't know. Like, this seems like it's another sort of, I guess, false positive, you know? It's like, I think that's specifically to throw us off, you know? But then again, you have to kind of say the same thing about Mark, you know? Have we ruled out Mark? I don't think we have, honestly. So it's just a lot you have to think about, you know? I mean, now, like, the ones who I'm 100% positive are involved are Nige and Susan, you know? Which, again, I couldn't remember Susan's name. So when I wrote down Nige, I put a dash, and then I just wrote sus. And then I was like, oh, it's Susan. Sweet! I just have to add an AN to that note. Like, seriously. Like, I could probably show you. It also gives you spoilers for all the notes I've had this week. But I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, it's somewhere down here. It says Nige and then Susan. That used to say just sus. So, there. You got a little window into how I take my notes. This is all the notes of this week because this is the last video I'm recording this week. So yeah, that's Demon Slayer, My Hero, JoJo, Full Metal, Doctor Who, Mando, and Broadchurch today. That's everything I did this week. So yeah. Oy. Anyway. So yeah, so they're the only ones where I'm, you know, completely positive. Well, plus we also had Susan in the last episode. Well, and it might not have even been the last episode. It might have been the episode before. But one of the episodes where she had the skateboard. She had Danny's skateboard. So, of course, here, Jack had Danny's phone the whole time, you know? So, there's definitely still something suspicious going on there. I haven't ruled out Jack or anything, but I don't know. I don't think he was the killer, you know? Like, just something about the way he acts, it makes me think, like, I don't think he was the killer himself, you know? So, but I mean, there's also the difference of, like, two of our big suspects now, Jack and Mark, one of them has said that he didn't do it, and the other one hasn't, and that's Mark. And I know it's like, oh, well, do you take their word? They could be lying, obviously. But I think there is a difference between Jack, who went over there and says, you know, I'm looking you in the eye. I did not do this. And Mark, who got very defensive about it. You know, when he was like, oh, do you really think that I'm capable of that? It's like, well, answer the goddamn question, you know? Answer the friggin' question. Like, that's not making you look good, you know? So yeah, it's like, there's just a million things going on, but I love it. So honestly, I'm very invested. Like, after the first episode, like, I was invested after the first episode, but it was just such a downer, and very rightfully so. But now that we're getting into more and more of the case, and more of, you know, we're getting more and more suspects, the more I'm really getting into it, like, oh, could be this, I don't know, I gotta think about it, I have to think about how they're acting and everything. So, really do like that. What the fuck was that scene, though, where Susan just goes in and is like, oh, why are you asking questions about me? As I stand here breaking into this place in the middle of the night and just going and just, I know some men who would rape you. Like, what the fuck? What? No, don't even with that, you creepy bitch. Oh my god. So yeah, hopefully Maggie, because again, I like Maggie. I think she's trustworthy, you know? She would have never had those freaking paparazzi come down here. She is a reporter. Karen is paparazzi, and Ollie's just a bitch, honestly. Let's just face the facts, you know? So yeah, hopefully we get something with Maggie, that she like goes to Hardy and Miller or something. I don't know. Because I mean, yeah, like that would just get them to go. It's like, I mean, I guess it would, yes, there is still the threat there, but go to the police and be like, yo, this woman threatened me with rapers because I asked questions as a reporter. And they'd be like, well, that's... I can imagine Hardy being like, well, that's just fucking suspicious. Let's go, They also did mention that Mark did have the paperwork for the night that he... or the time he went and fixed the broken pipe. So she was lying about that. And that's the whole thing of like, oh, he must have got it wrong. Bye. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, the fact that people can walk away from the police in this town blows my mind. Like, absolutely not. And I don't know, because I don't know, it is definitely a thing of, like, me watching this, I'm an American. I'm an American in the middle of the fucking country, And so sometimes, I can look at stuff in these, British shows and be like, well, I don't fully understand because, there are cultural differences between the UK and America. I don't know, like, I just feel like nobody could just walk away from the police when they're asking a question like that, I don't know. I mean, it's just a minor point. It's just something I think of. So, yeah. Then we had the whole thing with the psychic, which, again, I'm with Hardy. It's like, I don't trust that guy. Because, I mean, even just the whole thing... Here's the biggest reason why I don't trust him is because when he when he talked to Beth last episode, just before he gave Danny's message, he was like, oh, there's something about, a relative with an R in their name, is there anything like that? They played the piano, and Beth was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's like, okay, well, I have a message from Danny. It's like, don't bring that shit in. Don't bring that shit in, you bargain bitch psychic. I don't think so. Like, that is the biggest thing that's like, no, I don't trust you on that, And yeah, I don't, even though they showed, because see, why would they show the scene of him, like, having this tantrum in his, well, I mean, I guess that could be two things. Either he's frustrated that they won't listen to him, or he's frustrated that he just lost out, We never saw him again after that, I don't think. So, I don't know, I hope he pisses the fuck off, though. Because, yeah, I don't think so. Do not bring a psychic to prey on the distress that this woman is in, And I, because I say, I'm, like, very defensive about Beth. There's a part of me that's like, again, is it because it's Jodie Whittaker, and I love Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, Like, I thought I really enjoyed her as the Doctor. So it's like, maybe, it's like, am I getting that defensive? It's like, no, because... anyone should be defensive of Beth. This poor woman dealing with all this nonsense, Man, and I thought when freaking Karen sat down with Liz, I thought she was going to bring down some granny justice, But no, she listened to her. Ugh, and that just brought all the paparazzi. What else did we have? There was the dude at the town meeting at the beginning who was like, oh, now you're going to have all these vans at the beach. And it's like, a kid was murdered. Fuck off. Like, I have no patience for a lot of these small town people. It's hilarious, actually, to think about. But it's like, yeah, no, I don't have any patience for this. Like, shut the hell up. We're trying to work here, I don't know. We had the dinner. The dinner with between Hardy and the Millers. I like that. That was fun. I did like where it's like I think I irritate her. It's like, she hasn't said anything to me. It's like, you liar. Like, I like that they got to bond over that a little bit. Like, that was funny. So that was good. But then Hardy was sick, and he collapsed, but Becca got to him and took him to a hospital. And yeah, if anyone finds out he's sick, then he's going to be taken off the case, And honestly, I think it's to him. I mean, yes, I think he wants to, solve the case. He wants to help these people. But at the same time, this is what he does. If he's taken off of this, that's the end of his career. And he is a detective, So yeah. And then we had the whole church scene, which, again, I thought that was going to go on a little longer, because I thought, man, what a great scene to have everybody, you know, pretty much every character come into the same room and be like, oh, okay, let's take an examination of everybody, you know? So yeah, I like that, but I kind of wish it lasted longer, you know? But then we had the dinner, and then we had Jack showing up with Danny's phone, which, I mean, it's something he could be telling the truth, that yes, it was just you know, in a delivery bag or something, but I don't know, pretty sus, but still very good, still very entertaining. I'm thoroughly enjoying this series, so yeah, really, really good stuff, and I'm curious to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from Scimitar Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Broadchurch reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.